Cristiano Ronaldo. What an extraordinary player. But his journey was far from easy. Behind the champion, we know today lies the incredible story of a little boy who once begged for food before becoming one of the greatest footballers of all time. It all began on February 5, 1985, on the Portuguese island of Madeira. His birth itself was uncertain. His parents, struggling with poverty, even considered an abortion. They already had 3 children and could barely feed the family. His father, a gardener and equipment manager at the small club CF Andorinha, often brought 3-year-old Cristiano along. The boy spent his days chasing balls. Very quickly, football became his obsession. School, he wasn't interested. All that mattered was training over and over again. At 10, he joined Nacional Funchal, a local club, and won the youth championship in his very first season. But life at home remained harsh. His father drank heavily and money was always short. Cristiano sometimes went to McDonald's to ask for free burgers just to eat. In 1997, at just 12 years old, he was spotted as one of Madeira's brightest young talents. Sporting Lisbon offered him a trial. Scouts found a skinny, shy boy, but once on the pitch he was transformed. They signed him, and Cristiano moved to Lisbon. What he didn't know was how tough the road would be, mocked for his accent, lonely without family, struggling to adapt. But he held on and kept improving. Then in 2000 came a devastating blow. At 15, he was diagnosed with a serious heart condition. His heart beat dangerously fast, even at rest. His career seemed over before it began. His family made a life-altering choice: surgery. The operation was a success. After 3 months off, Cristiano was back on the field, more determined than ever. Just 2 years later, on August 14, 2002, he made his professional debut at only 17. His dream was becoming real. By 18, his dazzling dribbles and blistering speed were turning heads across Europe. The big clubs were watching closely. But Cristiano had one clear goal: to become the best player in the world. And one club stood out: Manchester United. On August 12, 2003, he signed with Sir Alex Ferguson for about 19 million, a massive sum at the time, and a move that would change his life forever. Ferguson, convinced of his potential, handed him the legendary number 7 shirt, once worn by icons like George Best, Eric Cantona, and David Beckham. On August 16, 2003, Cristiano stepped onto the Old Trafford pitch for the first time. The boy who once begged for burgers was now earning $2 million a year and lifting his entire family out of poverty. But success didn't come instantly. He struggled to adapt to the physicality of English football, and his flashy dribbles sometimes frustrated teammates. Manchester finished 3rd that season, and Ronaldo wasn't yet at the level expected. But there was still a chance to salvage the season: the FA Cup final. Cristiano scored, Manchester won the trophy, and he claimed his very first title. The summer of 2004 brought another unforgettable moment: the Euro, hosted in his home country. At only 19, Ronaldo played alongside Figo and Deco, securing his place in the team. Portugal went on a brilliant run all the way to the final against Greece. The nation believed. But in one of football's greatest shocks, Greece triumphed. Portugal and Ronaldo were heartbroken. Over the following seasons, Cristiano evolved rapidly. He grew stronger, refined his dribbling, and perfected a shot that would become his trademark: the famous knuckleball. In 2007, Manchester United won the Premier League, and Cristiano lifted his first English League title. The next season was even greater. United retained the league title and reached the Champions League final against Chelsea. Ronaldo scored, then missed his penalty in the shootout. But fate intervened. John Terry slipped and missed, and Manchester triumphed. Cristiano Ronaldo lifted his first Champions League trophy. That season, he scored 42 goals, 31 in the Premier League alone. He had reached the pinnacle. Then came another test: a serious ankle injury requiring surgery. Many feared he'd never regain his level, but he returned stronger than ever. And after a thunderous goal against Porto, one thing was clear: Cristiano Ronaldo's legend was only just beginning. In 2008, Cristiano Ronaldo finally achieved the dream he had. Chased his whole life, he won his very first Ballon d'Or. He was now officially recognized as the best player in the world. 2008-2009 season saw Manchester United, retain the Premier League title, and reach another Champions League final. This time, however, Barcelona claimed victory. After 6 glorious years with the Red Devils, 3 league titles, 3 domestic cups, 1 Champions League, and a Club World Cup, Ronaldo felt it was time to begin a new chapter. In 2009, he joined Real Madrid for a then-record fee of $94 million. The Santiago Bernabeu was electric. 90,000 fans came out to welcome him. His salary soared to $12 million a year. In his debut season, he scored 33 goals in 35 matches, but the club failed to secure silverware. Everything changed the following year when he scored the decisive header in the Copa del Rey final, delivering the trophy to Madrid. The 2011-2012 season marked another turning point. Ronaldo and Real finally won La Liga. Yet despite his astonishing numbers, his early years in Spain were bittersweet. Barcelona dominated Europe, and Lionel Messi collected 4 consecutive Ballon d'Or. The rivalry between the two superstars reached its peak. By the summer of 2013, a new mission fueled Ronaldo and Real, winning the long-awaited Décima, the club's 10th Champions League. That season he was unstoppable, claiming his second Ballon d'Or. Then came May 24, 2014, a night etched in football history. In the final against Atletico Madrid, Real trailed 1-0 until Sergio Ramos equalized in the 93rd minute. In extra time, Madrid surged ahead, and Ronaldo sealed the victory with a penalty. At last, the Décima was theirs. It was only the beginning of an extraordinary era. Over 9 seasons at Real Madrid, Ronaldo lifted 4 Champions League trophies, 3 Club World Cups, 2 La Liga titles, and 2 Copa del Reys. He also collected 4 more Ballon d'Or and scored a staggering 451 goals in 438 appearances, becoming the club's all-time leading scorer. Another defining moment came in 2016 at the European Championship in France. Portugal, shaky in the group stage, somehow reached the final against host nation France. But heartbreak struck early. Ronaldo left the pitch in tears after a first-half injury. From the sidelines, though, he urged his teammates on like a true coach. In the 109th minute, Ada scored the winning goal. Portugal were European champions, and Cristiano lifted his first international trophy. In 2018, after winning his 4th Champions League with Madrid, he sought a new challenge and signed for Juventus for $110 million. At 33, it was the most expensive transfer ever for a player of his age. As always, Ronaldo delivered goals. One of his greatest feats came in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid. Trailing 2-0 after the first leg, Juventus looked doomed. But in the return leg, Cristiano produced a stunning hat-trick, single-handedly turning the tie around. In 3 seasons, he won 2 Serie A titles and 5 trophies overall. But the dream of bringing the Champions League back to Turin never materialized. At 36, Ronaldo returned to where it all began for him at the top level, Manchester United. His comeback started brightly, but the magic faded quickly. The club was in turmoil, and under Erik ten Hag, Ronaldo found himself increasingly on the bench. In November 2022, his contract was terminated by mutual agreement. Today, Cristiano Ronaldo is no longer just a footballer. He is a living legend. More than 800 career goals, more than some of the greatest names combined. 5 Ballons d'Or, 32 trophies, and above all, undeniable proof that with relentless work, discipline, and unshakable faith in your dreams, the impossible can become reality. From a poor boy in Madeira begging for free hamburgers to a global superstar, Cristiano Ronaldo has written one of the greatest stories football has ever known.